Test, test. There we go. I didn't have my freaking preamp plugged in during that whole spiel. So let's start again. Welcome, everybody, to a strictly professional live development stream of Savage, the Shard of Gosen. And what I'm doing today is going through each room by room, making sure that it is visually all wrapped up and mechanically, because I'm just ready to move on, man. Tidying up all the currently existing rooms in the starter area, making sure they're all in the bag, finished, finalized, and then moving on to bigger and better things. I'm also working on a map system, and this is something I was kind of on the fence about, but after getting all the feedback that I got from everyone who's been playing the demo, the alpha demo, a lot of people are having trouble figuring out where to go and what to do, so I think a map system would help. Plus, it's it's an extra cool thing to collect in the game, so why not? It feels good to pick up maps in video games. And what it would be is essentially, if you ever played Zelda or anything like that, it would be kind of on a grid system, and provided you picked up the map for the relevant location that you're in, any unexplored room would show up like this sort of grayed out, sort of brown square, and anything that you did explore, any room that you did explore would be one of these, possible tiles, I guess. And your little player indicator is right there, and that's what room you're currently in. So that's what I'm looking to do. So this screen right here, obviously, if you played the game or watched any of these videos or streams, is the default character sort of status screen when you hit the start button. And provided you're not accessing the equipment menu or the items menu or anything else, this little area down here will default to a map screen and show you the current room that or location that you're in, and any rooms that you've discovered or have yet to discover, provided you picked up the map for that area. So that's what's going on moving forward. I'm gonna resize this. What's this? Can get rid of that. There we go. Now I can muck about with this. So I figure right now, just for a little change of pace, I'm gonna play around with this for a second. I guess I don't need that there. So, this is what I'll be testing out on, or creating the mock-up for, anyway. Grab this here. and start filling out the map. So what do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across. Six. And then 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Is that correct? 2, 3. Maybe not. Wait, what am I doing? Yeah, this is not... That's totally wrong. You would think all my years of playing with Legos would make me better at this. Okay, it starts there. And then just 2 over. Like so. Actually, I want to separate these by 1 full tile space when it's rooms that are not flush with each other. Like you need a door to access it. Or, well, no, I guess I don't need to do that because, oops. Fucking Photoshop with its hotkeys just doesn't work as well as it used to, in my opinion. Right. So I guess for rooms that lead out to the overworld map, I should probably take that into consideration. Maybe make another like little indicator or something, like a green dot or an arrow or something, like a little arrow. Back to world map indicator. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't know. Something like that, maybe. Or maybe go a little darker down here. And make it pop out like that, maybe. Perhaps. Maybe make it move back and forth. Like this. I'm thinking. Okay, what's this again? Okay, that's visited rooms. And these link together like this. It's a pretty little basic map. Hey, Jackal, how's it going? Oh yeah, and E might work. Though I think I might like this better, but let's see how an E looks. Eh. Yeah, I think maybe the animated arrows would be cool. Back and forth like that. Okay, so these are what's this? Okay, that's that as well. Yeah, like a key. Maybe push select or something that brings up a key descriptor for what's what. Yeah, legend. There you go. I'll move the oh shit. Move the player indicator. Ooh, that's another thing. Is suppose player indicator would trump anything, so it'd always be drawn on top of any other little indicators. I do believe we found ourselves another rabbit hole to go down. You think you got something somewhat simple, like, oh, just draw squares on the screen for your map, and, you know, whatever room you're in, like, it shows, like, you know, the exits and entrances. Oh, but then we got to keep track of where the player is. Oh, but then we should probably say, you know, what rooms are exits to the overworld map. Oh, but then what gets drawn over what? Does the player icon trump the arrows, or vice versa? Or what if there's something else in the room, like a boss icon or something? Or do we display door icons or do we not? Stuff like that. Hey, Nilo, how's it going, man? Ugh. Okay, so what's this other thing down here? Where's our... That's... Okay, that's our grab bag here. Grab this one. Going. Maybe color the outlines of the icons. You mean of the arrows? I mean, they could be different colors, too. They could be green or something. Okay, take that one. And I want... What do I want? I want this one. Copy. Color the outlines of the map squares. Oop. Oh, no worries, man. No worries whatsoever. Color the out. Oh, like color the borders of the map tile things. I don't want to do that because then I'll have, you know, I'd have to account for every possible version. So, say I wanted a green outline to indicate something, I would have to double up on this. You know, then I'd have to have a green version of every single one of those. And so I think I'll stick with little icons within the square. So like the player's like a purple pink kind of thing right there. I'll have some arrows, and then for a boss, you know, maybe I'll have maybe I'll do something like a skull, a little tiny skull. Like, hey man. Can also, yeah, that's true. I can do image blending. It's a crappy looking tiny skull, but whatever. I'll fine tune it later. Or right now. I don't know. It's so little. Me. I have to come up with a better thing. Probably through maybe some clever shading or something. There, it looks like a Pac-Man ghost or something. Yeah, I don't think menacing is necessarily possible on a what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 5 space. But that's okay. Not really looking for menacing, you know, more just informative. Because, I mean, it's going to be somewhat far away. I think this is going to be, you know, what it's going to look like on a, more like on a 1-to-1. There we go. That's more like what it's going to look like. All right, good. Just have a blinking red dot, too. It doesn't have to be an attempt at a little face. Grab one of these. Put it. Oops, wrong way. Wrong one. There we go. No, I don't think so. Because this is just, I'm not really doing, you know, things that need to be repeated. And mock-ups, this is just a mock-up. This isn't, I'm not making an actual sprite sheet here. I already have my sprite sheet for these icons and everything. And mock-ups are just easier for me to do in Photoshop because I can manipulate much easier and much faster in Photoshop. Pixel Edit has a lot of crap in it that is missing that I would like to see. That's kind of infuriating when I try to use it for anything but creating tile sets. Just creating tile sets is great. I love it. But anything else, it kind of drives me crazy. Hey, Potato, how's it going? Oh, good. Yeah, the last update to Pixel Edit was that I have. It was a long time ago because I haven't needed to create new tile sets for quite some time. Most of my tile sets are all finished. There's just the occasional like set piece that I need to make, and I'll just add it to a tile set. But I use Pixel Edit exclusively for repeating tile sets. Like if there's anything that needs to be, you know, repeated, then I'll use Pixel Edit. But these don't need to. I've already, like I said, I've already made these. These already exist in the game. This is strictly just a mock-up, so I can see how it would look on the actual map screen. Fluffy Simon, hey. You can even draw a square and circle now. That was cool. Flipping and rotating for the stamp tool. Yeah, that's something that I really wanted for a long time. Wait, I think they already had. I remember already being able to flip tiles at least, but the selection tool was really lacking for me. Like there were certain things that I wanted to edit on the actual canvas that it wouldn't let me. Like I couldn't transform things on the canvas easily. Doing good, Simon. How are you? Yeah, I do remember you could flip things in your tile picker. Like you could flip them vertically and horizontally, but it had some stuff that was made me sad. It made me sad. So these I think will be our. Oop! What? How is that? Oh, that's whoops. Yeah, wrong thing. So that'll probably be what it looks like for returning to the world map. I mean, I don't have to put crap like that in there, but why not, right? It's just looks nicer. It's just a little bit more helpful. But then the whole thing probably won't be drawn off to the side like that. I'll probably put it more toward the center. This still needs some work. I don't like that very much. The compass thing. Or the compass graphic. That will need to be changed. Okay, let's grab these. Just put some crap around it. I'm gonna do it all lazy, make it easier on myself. Let's go back up to sprites. According to today's game development? Okay, and then this one. I mean, I could be lazy and... Or this is me being lazy. I do not want to animate this programmatically, so... That will be that. Sprite map exit indicator. Yes. And then indicator, right. And then, so I don't have to fucking fiddle with this, I'm just gonna flip it. Wow. That's right. Map. Exit indicator left. Right now I'm going for manageable over optimized for piddly little things like that. Okay, I got my player indicator, which has a little bit of animation. Might get rid of the animation. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. Why is that 0, 0? That's what it should be. Okay, I got my map parts. 0, 0. Okay. Back to editing rooms. After that fun little side adventure. That map stuff I'll do later. I still have to work out the logistics of it. The logic of drawing out the map and everything, and taking into account what what rooms you visited and what rooms you haven't, and do you have the map for that area? Do you not have the map for that area? If you don't have the map for that area, still draw the rooms you visited, but don't draw anything else. All that stuff. Okay, this is 9. Back to rooms. 10. Yeah, this is going to be a sort of a little mini boss encounter in there. And this can go the hell away. Yeah, we don't need any enemies in here, I don't think. What we do need, though, is respawning knives, because we could potentially fuck ourselves over by wasting all the knives we just found trying to get out of this little room, and then if you're out of knives, it's like, oh, whoops. So, but first, my map is still overlaying. Oh, weird. Why is it doing that? It shouldn't be. That is bizarre. Huh. Well, I'll just... Yeah, even within Photoshop, too. Like, it's... Oh, look at that. That's bizarre. Yeah, something's up with Photoshop. Don't save that. Saved that. Yeah, let's just close. I do want to save changes to that. Yeah, damn it. I'm trying to troubleshoot my own project. I don't need to fucking go and debug my tools like Photoshop. Okay. That seems to have... It must have been a weird Photoshop thing. Yeah, man, that's weird. Yeah, right? You'd think I was addicted. With how many of them I have to interface with every day. Just leave it and call it art. Okay. I'm gonna actually go back here since we're going room by room and fixing everything up. Yeah, modern art. It's subjective. And if you don't understand it, you are a tasteless, unfeeling troglodyte. And a poser. Alright, so time for some palette swaps because I love palette swaps. Raptor. Yeah, I call this piece subjective. Oops. Accidentally minimized everything. Okay. We got bite, lunge. Yeah, these are all his bits and pieces. So some bones. Die. Needs to come back. Lunge, run. Stun, too. Stun's not on here. Oh, wait, no, stun's there. I'll just go ahead and open all these up. All right. So before I get cracking on this, I'm going to take a quick, short little exercise and leg stretch break to keep me from being too sedentary all damn day long. So I'll be right back, everybody. That's better. Get all that oxygen up in my brain. Okay. Let's get rid of the armor. And the horns. So for this guy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the eyes. And obviously the colors. I'm going to change his colors as well. And give him, I don't know what you call it, but like that Dilophosaurus kind of, that fanned out collar thing. If you know what I'm talking about. This thing here. That thing around the sides. And probably like a crest up near its snout. And that's going to be the mini boss in this little cave here. It's going to be less aggressive than the red raptor, and the red raptors will appear later on in the game. New Man-Killerosaurus. Melt your faceosaurus. I wonder what the hell that thing is called. The the floofy poet's collar thing that they have. That they allegedly had. It did kill Newman. That's what I always think of too. Hello, Newman. Hello, Jerry. Newman stealing all the little science vials. Now I want to watch Seinfeld. I haven't actually watched Seinfeld in forever. Okay, so to start with, so this guy, he'll occasionally lunge like the red raptor does. So he'll lunge and he'll spit. Gonna have him spit those globs of acid. So first things first. He was in a Third Rock from the Sun as well, wasn't he? He was like the mailman or something. Back leg. So what I want to do is I want to steal this and put it into Photoshop. Let's see if Photoshop freaking messes things up again. Hey, Thorinus, what's up? Yeah, Sally's boyfriend from Third Rock. New. How's it going, Mr. Thornus? Select that. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Let's just kind of monkey around with this and see if I can get Something I like. Edelstein, how's it going? Boom, 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 boom. Oh, is he a cop? Okay. Again, that's another one I haven't seen in forever. Ooh, yeah, I kind of like that. Of course, it needs to be a little brighter, but I think that's a good starting point. Contrast is a little nuts, though. Yeah, I kind of remember him being a... I remember he had a uniform. I do want a different eyeball, though. Hey, thanks, Edelstein. It's coming along. Kind of want to give him a... had a spitter on the tail. That would be neat. Probably not for this dude, though. So I want him to be, you know, somewhat easy-ish. To fight. Since he's going to be somewhat of a introductory boss-type character. Yeah, maybe that. Maybe that'll work for the eyeballs. But yeah, I mean, you know, maybe another type of raptor would be cool if it had an attachment to its tail. Totally agree. Some extra spitter or even like a scorpion stinger type thing that also shot venom and like lashed out or something. Jeez. What? I wonder what that guy's up to now. Is he still around? See, now it looks too... I don't want to draw more on this stuff. The whole point of the palette swap is supposed to make it a little easier. And maybe just splitting the difference. Just a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Seems to be active. A lot of voices. Okay, cool. Because I like that actor. These, you know what? I think those are fine. Those claws. Kung Fu Fat Raccoon 3? What? Or are you talking about Kung Fu Panda? Newman. Now I'm going down an IMDb rabbit hole. Newman should have had its own spinoff. Yeah, okay, what is he doing? He's in a new TV series called Startup. Crossroads of History. As King Louis XIV. Okay, yeah, Kung Fu Panda 3. Yeah, he's still getting lots of work, so that's cool. Anyway. And starts a gang, the Newmans. It would need, like, an awesome synth theme intro. Alrighty. I'm gonna want to change the background color as well. Millions. Okay, so let me grab this here. Start a new little notepad. Green spitting raptor monster thing. What is this here? 25, 162, 41. 74, 146, 63. 84, 147, 90. And his eyes will be a separate thing. Okay, so that's his. Those are his flesh tones. Flesh. Horns and claws. $174, $50, $179. I think he only has 3. Pretty sure, yeah. That's what it looks like anyway. $165, $63, $221. Cool. No, don't save. Let's open walk once more. Let's get rid of the armor. Save as raptor spitter. Just for simplicity's sake, so I don't have to fucking type out Dilophosaurus every time. Spitter. Okay. Change the color depth. $25, $162, $41. Is that actually it? We'll find out. 74, 146, 63. 165, 60. Oh shit. Oh, wrong thing. 84. 174. No. Oh my god. I'm having a hard time looking at this. I think that looks right. Yeah, that's correct. Alright, claws. 197. 17. 149. 174. 50. 179. 165. 63. 221. There we go. Now we got a new stupid raptor. Switch its color depth back. Okay, what's nice is the saddle is still, you know, it's not irrelevant anymore. It still fits, as does the armor. Hi. Take this, thank you very much. Wah. Cool. Turn off the horns and spikes. Save. I think I want a different background color for this, because oops. Put all the way down here. Where are our horns? I just want to check something real fast. That already has a thing, so this can go away. It's something that's not too hideous to look at. I don't want to use green because he's got green in there, and that can kind of mess with my eyeballs a little bit. He's also got blue in the claws. I don't know, I might have to go with like a Pepto-Bismol or something. Or a kind of just sort of neutral gray. Yeah, there we go. That looks better. That's better. Now he needs the collar thing. Call it collar, because I don't know what else to call it. Yeah. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Okay, I already made it. Whatchamacallit? Okay. So I'll look up some Google images to get a good reference for this. So I'll just mostly concern myself with the shape of the damn thing right now. Yeah, my poor cat has to wear one of those sometimes. Because he gets all allergic and won't stop grooming over a patch on his belly. Doodly-doo. You know what? I'm gonna just make all of these. Oops. So that we don't run into problems later. Armor reference can go away. I wish there was a fill all frames command. But as far as I can tell, there is not. So I just got to do it this way. Answer for the neck cone. Yeah. Okay, so what is giving us some trouble here? Is that armor? Or leg armor? Yeah, that. Okay. It's mostly up in the face that I need to fill. What is that? Is that on the leg? Oh, yeah, it is. That's better. Okay, turn all that stuff off for now. Where'd the color go? There it is. Whew. 162 tasks. There ought to be an achievement system for that. I guess a paycheck is good. It's as good as any, or better. Something like that, I think, is what I'm trying to go for. And then we'll put one behind him. Duplicate. Collar, BG. Put it behind everything. Hey, thanks, Nilo. And then do something like that. And darken it up. Oh, that's what's on top is the eye. Okay. Just kind of nudge this crap over somewhat. Somewhat. Or, fuck it. I'm not going to do it that way. Yeah, something like that. An acne company. Yikes. Oh, man. Talk about rough gigs. Oh, jeez. Actually, bring this. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. Bring this forward somewhat. Being lazy and just moving crap around. Where's his bolty? Get rid of that. And get rid of this. Ooh. We do something like that. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Get rid of these so I can... Because I'm going to want to use this later. For sure. Okay. There we go. Turn on onion scanning. Oh shit. That's right. Gotta change that to that. Excuse me. Am I gonna do something with dino eggs? I don't know. And that'd be cool. I do have whatchamacallits, eggs for like crabs. The giant crab monster spawns eggs, and then little crabs come out of it when you break them. But I don't know. We'll see. Still got a lot of other work left to do. Now for the other part of the cooler. Oh, yeah. It's kind of a little reject baby monster. Kill me. Oh, there's the break timer. Finish up placing this first. I'll take a quick little exercise break. All right. So he is coming along. So I'm going to kind of add a little tiny bit of movement to his collar thing. While he's bopping around. Wonder what he looks like with the horns turned on. Cool. So those still work too, regardless of whether or not he has a collar. Cool. Save real fast, and time for a break. I shall return. Well, hey, you know what is great about having a smartphone, or like any of the, you know, probably cell phones from the past like 10 years, probably have a little built-in timer on there, and that's all I'm doing is if you could see that, but yeah, man, all you gotta do is just open up your little timer app, and I have mine set at 20 minutes, and then every 20 minutes, when the timer goes off, I'll get down and do some push-ups, sit-ups, leg raises, or like leg stretches on the floor, and that helps immensely. Even just, you know, get up and like go get a drink of water or something. Know what I mean? Super easy, super fast. Like, your break doesn't have to be longer than like 60 seconds. When I'm not streaming, I usually use this thing called Workrave. For anybody who's curious who hasn't seen it before, you can see here you can set your break intervals and everything. Set it for 20 minutes. Break duration for 1 minute, so 60 seconds. And then it'll, you know, it's a little intrusive, which is why I don't use it when I stream. But yeah, man, when that thing goes off, just stand up and like do a few squats or something or whatever. And the nice thing about Workrave is that, you know, it also times your break too. So when your break's up, like, you know, because it makes a little noise, and then you just go back to your computer and revert back into slave mode. But you know, even easier is the phone thing. So yeah, anybody else want to synchronize watches? And go! Yeah, Workrave is very neat. It's also very lightweight. It's a pretty lightweight little application. Gonna nudge this back just a hair. Yeah, see, that already looks quite nice. That extra little bit of movement helps, I think. I'll drag this over as well. And I'm thinking I might bring this up some. Just a little tiny bit of extra movement. Okay, and then background color should be even easier. Whoa, what? No, that's not what I wanted. This is what we want. There. That was a little too much. You lose yourself while coding and several hours pass, but yeah. Same here, which is why I've decided to set a timer for myself to remind me, hey, jackass, get up and move around. It helps, too. It helps with productivity because, especially if you get up and just do some little piddly exercises, you know, you get all that extra jolt of oxygen to your brain. Hey, Cake Air. I've been doing this full-time since early 2014, late 2013, full-time on this game. But before that, what is that? But I started messing around with all this like 6 years ago. Like I made a little barbarian sprite, and you know, before I knew what I was doing, started playing around with Game Maker, doing tutorials, reading books. I knew I wanted to make like a platformer with a little barbarian guy, but it wasn't until like late 2013 that it kind of turned into anything remotely resembling what it is now. So yeah, it's been in the hobby stage for like 6 years. Been in serious full-time stage for over 2 years. A lot of those early days were spent learning and not working on this game. There'd be stretches of like, 3 to 6 months or whatever where I just didn't even touch it. Hello, comics. Welcome. Is Game Maker easy? Yeah. I mean, it's easy to pick up, but diverse enough and powerful enough to do some really amazing things. And all of the resources out there to get started on it are, vast. So you can get up and running, get a prototype of something up and working very, very quickly. But just like any other creative process, it's going to take about 1 billion hours to execute on your vision. But to get into, yeah, very easy. The nice thing about it, like I said, the resources are out there, are very available. Game Maker itself comes built in with a series of tutorials and stuff too, and there's tons of YouTube videos out there for learning and teaching you some of the basics. How many hours? This walk cycle took maybe about 2 hours. I remember doing it too. It was but all in all, like the whole enemy, like all his he's got attack animations and stun animations and death animations and jumping animations and crap. It probably took about 8 hours to do the whole guy. And now I'm doing a palette swap on him. This is the original enemy here, and he's got optional armor and like saddles and stuff and horns and crap like that. And I'm making a kind of a palette swapped alternate version of this monster. Yeah, surprisingly, the dinosaur was very easy to do. Also because if you look up like raptor walk cycles, you can find some like, you know, very basic kind of like animation cycles that you can kind of look at for a reference. Usually people do that stuff in 3D. And you'll find some 2D like traditional animation stuff too, but like most of my walk cycle stuff, I will go to Google and like look up like, you know, human male walk cycle or dinosaur walk cycle or, you know, wolf run cycle, something like that. And that helps immensely. And then once you have like your basic walk cycle and also your basic idle animation, like this. And what I do is I separate out the bits and pieces. Like you can see his leg is separate from his body and all that stuff. It becomes pretty easy to create other animations based on that stuff. You know, like you can just kind of adjust positions of things and kind of squash them or stretch them or whatever and all that. Like for like the walk cycle, like for example, you know, the tail kind of bobbing. Like all that really is just me doing stuff like this. Or like I'll grab like a part of the tail and just like move it up or something like that, you know, and just fill in extra pixels where I need to or erase them as needed. But once you have the, you know, your basic structure of the character, it's not too hard to do the rest. Like for a lot of my more like humanoid enemies, like see, let's look at the spear guy. Like for this dude, you know, he started out with a lot of his stuff separated. Like his, you know, his arm was independent of the rest of him, as well as like a clothing layer. So I could freely like manipulate stuff without destroying the entire, you know, frame and having to redraw it again every single time. Yeah, work with layers and bits and pieces. It's way easier than just, you know, redrawing everything frame to frame, and you'll get more of a consistent look too. Cedra1, hey, how's it going? Really amazed to find out that the tools and information you need to make a game. Yeah, and free too. Like all the stuff that I use is free in some capacity. You know, like I think everything. Like graphic scale, it has a free version where you can just make as many sprites as you want to. Game Maker itself has its standard version is free and unrestricted. And then Reaper, what I use for audio and music, has a free trial version that goes on forever. So barrier for entry is non-existent to do all of this, which is pretty crazy. Could not have said that a few years ago, you know? Hey, thanks, Cedra. See what I'm doing right now for you new folks stumbling into the channel is doing a palette swap and alternate version of this raptor monster for a mini boss encounter in this room. I'm going through all of the current stages and rooms, room by room, and kind of finalizing them, making sure they work mechanically and visually. So this is the one I'm on currently. I was like, I'm gonna stop and finish that dinosaur because he's been on the list for a long ass time. But just for fun, I'll play the game for a second here, so you can get kind of an idea of what the hell's going on here. And then I'll get back to animating the my Dilophosaurus type creature. But yeah, man, all you need is Game Maker Studio, graphic scale, and Reaper, and you can, make a fully featured video game. Someday you will find contacts for game development? What does that mean? You feel lazy? Why do you feel lazy? Because you're not creating stuff? Do you do like art or something, or music or sound or code? Man, this compile is taking a little while. I wonder why. Art. Well, see, that's what I did. I didn't know how to code or anything. And then I picked up Game Maker and some books. It was, before I knew it, I was doing tutorials and had like several little finished games and junk. Oops. Yeah, I need to move that anvil, or that forge, out of the way. This spear is super OP right now. Oh, I need to fix his that guy's parry too. His parry looks like crap. Come on, hit me. These guys are weak against slashing weapons. Hey, thanks, Hello Comics. Much appreciated. Decapitation! got to adjust their rock throwing arc too. Right now they only have one arc, so it's I want them to adjust for how far away you are so that they actually have a chance to hit you. Sea dry, yes. Just little old me. Want it to at least go to nighttime here. Maybe I'm gonna go on the animal tracks real quick and see if a raptor spawns, so you guys can actually see a version of the thing that I'm working on. He dropped a meat chunk. I'm gonna go ahead and equip that. Oh, sweet! I got 10 of them. Yeah, this mode 7 is it's funny because, you know, mode 7 is not, you know, it's simulated 3D, but I'm using actual like 3D drawing to emulate fake 3D. So so silly. Yeah, I'm using very basic 3D drawing stuff. Some of the more basic built-in Game Maker 3D drawing junk. Of course, you can skin bodies to get hide, and equip my pickaxe in my other hand. There's the break timer, and then you can smash them to get bones. Yes, full circle. We have come full circle. So you can equip different things to your offhand slots up there too, which is handy. No pun intended, I guess. Your timer is in sync. Nice. Yeah, we'll make good on that break here in a second. Now these guys are pretty fun to fight. They need their hit points beefed up though. Right now, every freaking monster, pretty much every monster and enemy in the game is quite nerfed for development purposes. But you guys can play the latest build of the game right now if you check out the links in the channel description, and you can go to GameJolt or IndieDB, and the most recent release of the alpha demo is up there if you want to mess around with it a little bit. It is unfinished, very buggy and broken, but just in case you want to take a peek at what's on offer here. You did see a parry animation, yes. If you time your shield bash with certain enemies' attacks, like this guy, if I can get this guy to, hey, look at me. Brink. You can parry them, and your parry will improve as you find new items and level them up. So if you look right here, like that sword right there is level 2, the shield is level 3. Each item and piece of gear through use can be leveled up and ultimately mastered, and when you master it, you learn like a permanent perk or ability. So for example, your parry will be more effective, and it might stun them, so you can get some extra hits in. So stuff like that. Certain weapons too, like they'll yield a like a global bonus for other weapons of that type. So if you level up your axe, for example, one of your axes, then all axes might get like a bonus to destroying enemy shields, like this guy right here. If I hit him enough times, his shield enough times, it will break like that. But if I were to use an axe that had the the shield breaker ability, as long as I learned that ability, the axe would axes would be more effective at destroying enemy shields. Oh, thanks, Nilo. Thanks for dropping those links, sir. Do I have throwing axes? You throw the box at your head. Yeah, you can do fun little things too, like stunning guys. Oop, I just crashed the game. Never mind, don't try that. But anyway, yeah, you can do things like stun stomping guys and picking them up and throwing them and using them as platforms if you throw them onto a bed of spikes, stuff like that. So there's lots of fun little kind of character moments in the game, some of which are kind of buggy, as you can see. Hey, Whitey Snakey, how's it going? Welcome. Got to be an actual mod from making good use of the green blade. But yeah, that's sort of the game in a nutshell. Gonna take that break real quick. We'll, drop and give me 20. Do some push-ups or something for about 60 seconds, and I shall be right back. And we're back. Yeah, I have all my shameless self-promoting stuff up. There's a lot that I could do still for the stream, but Locomolito, yeah, I love his games. Yeah, Curse of Isios is really cool too. And that guy is just incredibly prolific with his development and everything. What is this? G show? Is this like a pronunciation and like language tutorial kind of site or something? That's pretty cool. Before our apartment fire, I was trying to learn Japanese, and I had I had my little notebook and everything, and then I got tired after the apartment fire and didn't pick it back up again because I lost all my little like study aids and stuff. Best advertisement, yes, and in a lot of cases, your only advertisement. Nobody else is gonna do it for you. You gotta pick up that slack. All right, so where were we? Animating this dude. I'm wondering, does he need a crest? I don't want to overcomplicate it, but let's just kind of mess around for a second here and see. Oh. Yeah. Anyone else who's participating in break time, gonna start my timer now. 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, we'll do some quick floor exercises. Helps me immensely. Especially since my back sucks, so that helps keep the aches and pains away. Floor exercises? No. Man, I got to keep that circulation going and the oxygen coming to my brain. It's kind of remarkable. It does help me focus quite a bit, especially when coding. Actually, I don't like anything that I just did there. Let me go back to the way it was. What I would like to do, though, is like maybe do something like that. Sometimes I just see a little tiny pixel that needs to be changed. This is graphic scale. Yes, Cedra. My favorite pixel art animation tool. I'm very sad, though, that I missed out on ProMotion in one of the indie bundles. Or not, Humble bundles. Several months ago. Where you could get ProMotion for like $1, where it's usually like $80 or something like that. But I've always wanted to try ProMotion out, and I love graphic scale, but there are some things that I wish that it had. So what I do is I frequently bounce between Photoshop and graphic scale, and then I also use Pixel Edit for creating tile sets. But the main thing about graphic scale that drew me to it was the just this really awesome little preview window. It's perfect. All right, let's maybe talk about adding a crest to his head. Hey, Snow Drama, how's it going, man? And yes, it is fucking buggy. which is why I only use it for oh, it crashes on you a lot. It doesn't. I don't have that problem, but there are other things about it that kind of drive me a little crazy. But it's fucking fantastic for just creating repeatable tile patterns and stuff, and that's all I use it for is making seamless tile sets and stuff. I've experimented a little bit with the animation aspects of Pixel Edit, and I really didn't like it very much. It was very cumbersome, and graphic scale is much neater in that regard. You need the premium version of graphic scale to save certain way. You need it to create GIFs, I think, and to create .ico files, like Windows icon files. But I don't need any of that for my assets. Like, I don't use GIFs for my animated stuff. I mean, I did buy a graphic scale license, but mostly just because, you know, I use this like all the freaking time, and I wanted to help support the development of graphic scale. But what I do is I save out to sprite sheets, just PNGs that look like enemies, and they look like, where's a good one? Like that. If you can look at the preview window, like just save it out to that and then put it in GameMaker, and GameMaker chops it up for you. Hey, Nilo, thanks, man. Take care, sir. Thanks for hanging out. What advantages do I find in graphic scale over Photoshop? Oh, man. I used to do all my animation in Photoshop, and it drove me crazy. Just this right here, like your little, I mean, I want to call it a timeline, but it's so hard to, or it's not hard, but it was very top heavy to navigate that stuff in Photoshop and to make sure you were drawing on the correct freaking frame and layer combination in Photoshop. Photoshop is very finicky about that crap. And also just the preview window here. I don't think Photoshop has like a version of this where it will just animate for you, you know? It's so much easier to access sprite animation specific things in graphic scale that it takes some doing in Photoshop. And then to like remember it all is a real pain in the ass. Have I used Stencil? I have not used Stencil. I have a friend who used Stencil though, and he decided not to use it anymore because it got too limiting for him, so he switched to GameMaker Studio. How do you save it as a sprite sheet? Okay, so you have your graphic scale document right here, right? My raptor spitter walk.gal. Go up to export, file, export, specify. Hey, thanks for that, host Nilo. And then specify how many frames of animation your thing is. So mine is, I number mine 0 to whatever, because that's how it helps me keep track of it a little better, because that's how GameMaker does its image indexing. But I have 0 through 9, which means I actually have 10 frames of animation. Put 10 in there. Make sure that the type is combined image. Click OK. Make sure that it is saved out as PNG down there. And I usually save my stuff like, so this is sprite, raptor, spitter, walk, and then I say strip 10. And strip 10 tells GameMaker, when you import it into GameMaker, GameMaker reads that last bit there, the strip 10 part, and it knows that it has 10 images, and then it will just create the sprite for you once you import it into GameMaker. Super easy. Use Photoshop exclusively. Just curious to see other options. Yeah, I that's what I did. Hello Comics was I used Photoshop for all my graphic assets. Use stencil. Hey man, whatever works, right? Like I said, like my buddy just started to run into issues with his game. With stencil, like it wasn't doing what he wanted to at a a non kind of programmer level without breaking into like DLLs and stuff and getting real crazy with it, which is something he doesn't know a lot about. So he's somebody who's been making games forever. Like he worked on a Planescape Torment, Fallout 2, bunch of older crazy stuff that I played growing up. So when I met him, I was like, "What? You made that stuff?" I remember drooling over those cinematics. He's like, "Yep, I made those." Yeah, Cedra, my pleasure. But yeah, whatever works for you, and like you have to whatever you're comfortable with. Like if you switch, it's gonna take time to learn something again. If you're gonna switch up engines, like that's a huge step, and you're looking at setting yourself back like at least a couple months before you become super proficient with it, right? So if you know the ins and outs of something, like if you know how to make stencil do exactly what it is you want to do, like there's really no point in switching. It takes a few extra steps in Unity, but having it make the sprite from the file name would be awesome. Yeah, as long as you have your PNG or whatever, as long as you append it with that like strip and then the number of images that are in your sprite sheet, the GameMaker will chop it up for you. Once you import it into GameMaker. Very handy, very handy. Let's see here. So what was I going to do? I was going to see about making a crest on his head. We'll see. If I don't like it, then I'll stop. But I want his I want this character's silhouette to at least, be a little different. Different enough. We'll put it right above the body, which is where the head also is, on the body layer. Oh yeah, that's right. GameMaker did have a Humble Bundle thing going on with a bunch of source code and stuff too, didn't it? GameMaker felt cheap. There are aspects of it that don't feel 100% fleshed out. Like I would love a better room editor for GameMaker personally, which is why I also use Tiled, which is this program right here, for editing my rooms, and then I import these into GameMaker. Tiled does not unless you knew a bunch of like XML kind of stuff, uh, you have to manually put your objects into the GameMaker room editor after you import the room file. It's like these green blocks and everything, and these enemy spawners and stuff. I have to go in and put those in there after importing them into GameMaker. But just the tile stuff, like I'll do in tiled, which is great because tiled has a ton of useful tile mapping features in it that make it way less work to fill out a room and make it look nice. Because personally, I can't stand the room editor in GameMaker. It makes me sad. Okay. So I'll look at my Jurassic Park reference over here to see about giving this guy an interesting looking chrome piece. If nothing else, just to give him a more unique whatchamacallit, silhouette. To the our vanilla flavored raptor. Yeah, I wish GameMaker had whatchamacallit, like object layers in its room editor. It makes it a little difficult to unless you're like generating a room programmatically or something, on your end without having to worry about using the editor to build out rooms and stuff. Like it can get kind of obnoxious, unfortunately, and uncomfortable. I love GameMaker to death. I would not be able to do what I'm doing were it not for GameMaker, but there are a lot of things that I would like to see improved. I mean, I complain because I care. Have I tried Click Team Fusion? No, I haven't. Have not. What what I wouldn't mind giving a go though is Unity, seeing what that can do for me. Eventually, someday, obviously, this, you know, gotta finish this freaking thing first. But I have a friend who wrote or co-authored a Unity book as well that you can get on Amazon. Where is it? It's over here. Learning 2D Game Development with Unity is what it's called. So I have yet to really crack that open and dive into it. Yeah, I don't know how I'm feeling about this crest situation. Oh, there's the break timer. There is the break timer. How long have we been going here? These kinds of programs, like a integrated development environment or sandboxed engine, are things that I've heard, you know, like when people refer to GameMaker or something similar. Something to do with each command in the software is a command in program. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do the crest thing. I mean, it seemed like kind of a good idea at first, but maybe if I just section it off. But see, then it looks like it's part of the that stuff. So I don't know. You like Unity, Edelstein? But yeah, I mean, you know that GameMaker has its own proprietary coding language too. That's, you can pretty much do anything you want with it, you know. And that's what I do. I don't use any of its like drag and drop sort of like stuff. Like all my junk, you know, looks like you know, it looks like this. Like that's only part of the main character. Right there. And create my own scripts and all that. You know. Okay. Actually, moving it back a little bit kind of looks a little better. Actually. That actually looks a little better, I think. Maybe something like that. Thanks, Cedra. I'm getting there. Oop. Yeah, I think this works as a crest, more or less. Now, how does he look, though, when we add the horns back in? Is the real question. Also have to get rid of those horns behind his head. Yeah, they're kind of dinosaurs. You know, they're still a fantasy game. So I'm allowed to give them weird crap like spikes. So I might adjust the horn on this guy. On his head. Since he's a little different from the other dude. Or maybe not, I don't know. I kind of like where that horn sits right there. Maybe if I bring that out a little bit behind the crest. I don't think that's too unreasonable. Cool. Yeah, I think he's done. Maybe. Hold on. Just thought of something extra. We could maybe do. You could maybe use a little bit of that for that horn to kind of make it pop some. Just to make it pop a little more. Always finding little fiddly things to mess with. There. Now he's done. Now he's done. Who's to say dinosaurs? Yeah. Right? I mean, only just recently we've been talking about how they were probably covered in feathers and shit. So, you know, maybe they were all pink with you know, assless chaps and Wookiee hair. But anyway, that's going to do it for me for this stream. You guys have been awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me while I draw my dinosaurs. You guys have an excellent rest of your day. Good luck on your projects. Wish you all the best. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care.